Well, about 5, 6 years ago, I was in high school, 18 years old, and I remember it was an odd day. I stayed home from school for absolutely no reason, and my parents were home. My dad just came back from a deployment, so he was just on leave, and my mom was just like kind of cleaning around the house and stuff, and I remember her pressing the message button on the voicemail, and it started playing, and it was a doctor that said, "We have my sister has been admitted into the hospital. Please call back and we'll give you some more information." So my mom was a little confused because the night before she did get a phone call from my sister's friend saying, I took her to the hospital. She wasn't feeling well. She'll call you in the morning and let you know how she's doing. So my mom, she didn't really know what to take of it from the voicemail. And when she called back, it was the doctor saying, your daughter's been admitted into the psychiatric ward, and if possible, we would like for you to come down as soon as possible. We all just kind of put on our clothes and got into the car, started driving, and it was hard. I remember walking to the hospital, not even knowing where the heck I was going, what to expect when I got to the room or when I see my mom. And I remember getting to the room, and first person I saw was my mom, and she was just in tears. And I saw my sister. She was fine, but she just looked drained. Just didn't look like herself. Didn't look lively. Like she didn't look okay. My sister was away at college, and it was just my mom and I, just home, kind of handling everything for a year. And getting to that room, it was just like, oh gosh, what is going on? And I only stayed in there for about 2 minutes because I just felt uneasy. Knowing that she was okay, that she was alive, she seemed well. Not 100% what I was expecting when I got to the room, but she was talking, she was, conversing with my mom, and I just became overwhelmed with emotions. Like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? How'd you get here? Like, why are you here? And like, no one was really saying much. No one was really telling me anything. And once we left, you can kind of feel a weight kind of be lifted off your shoulders, but it was still an uneasy, what are we expecting? Is everything to be okay once we leave? Because we were told they were gonna have to keep her for a few more days. I know my mom at that moment started questioning like whether she was a good parent, that she was doing the right thing, sending us away to college. if she did everything right, raising us, and it's like, Mom, you did everything right. Things happen. And during that time, I started questioning my faith. Once my mom kind of sat me down and told me everything about my sister, she was just like, when it's time for you to go away, just, if you need anything, just call. Find some friends, and, if you need to come home, I'll send you your fare to come home. My mom kind of dealt with it with my sister. She would talk with her. She would talk with me, like, one-on-one. My dad didn't really say much about it. It wasn't something that was talked about growing up. Like, suicide wasn't a thing that was mentioned, because I don't think they've ever personally had to deal with it, or depression or anything like that. So it was new to all of us. Losing hope and just questioning everything. It was just like, how could this happen? Who would allow this to happen? Started questioning God, started questioning everything, everyone, just like. Not until I went away to college did I find a way to cope. And it was almost a year later did I start feeling like I'm kind of alone up here. I want to go home. I actually reached out and got counseling when I was in school. So that's how I dealt with it. It took me a while, but eventually I reached out to someone. My advice would be, you're not alone. Don't think that you're alone. Just because, we might have different names and different AFSCs, we're still brother and sister. No matter what, you're not alone. If you feel that you're alone, there's a lot of people out there that you can talk to, reach out to, and let them know what you're going through.